Upon a time there lived a beautiful princess named Snow White. She was very kind and had many friends. One fine day, Snow White met a handsome, charming prince. They became friends and their bond grew. The queen, who was Snow White, had a evil stepmother. When stepmother discovered about her relationship, and with jealousy, she started imposing different orders. But Snow White kept on obeying her stepmother because stepmother was envious. One day, she ordered a huntman to kill Snow White, but the huntman couldn't gather the courage to kill the Snow White and requested the Snow White to escape from that palace to a faraway land. Snow White escaped into the woods, exhausted and trembling in fear. She knocked at the cottage door. When nobody answered, she stepped inside. She found she found the cottage very dirty and untidy and decided to clean it with the help of her friends from the forest. As she explored the rest cottage, she found 7 beds and assumed there were 4 children. All beds were for children. She curled up on the bed and fell asleep. After a long day of work, the tiny man came to cottage and found the beautiful princess sleeping on the bed. When the Snow White woke up, she was mesmerized by the 7 tiny men. Their names were Sneezy, Bashful, Happy, Grumpy, Drop, Sleepy, and Dog. Snow White narrated her painful story in front of them, and they decided to protect Snow White from such evil queen. When the when they heard about the Snow White, that she was not at the palace, she got furious. Her stepmother got furious. She thought another plan to kill her. She thought another plan to kill her. She made the magic poison and injected it in the apple. Next day, when the tiny men were off to work, the queen disguised herself as an old lady and offered an apple of queen. When they said, "This apple is from the queen, and she has offered it to you." When the Snow White took the bite of poison apple, she felt asleep. When the tiny man knew about the act of evil queen, with the help of all animals in the jungle, they trapped her at the top of the cliff. She reached the cliff when the lightning started. She lost her balance and fell into the valley and died. Eventually, Snow White Prince Charming found her in the village in the jungle. They both went back to the palace and got married and started living happily.